Hey, so I have time for another video. This time we're talking about where to find an apartment. If you are aware, maybe you're not, there's a certain circle in Germany where you have to have a job to have an apartment, and in order to work, you have to have an apartment. And if you want to have an apartment, you need to have a job because you need to show your salary. But if you want to have a salary, you need to live somewhere. So, like, where do you start? Obviously, if you are born in Germany, it's easy. If you're not a German, it's different. So yeah, intro and all right. So there are a few websites where you might be able to find an apartment. I personally use Immobilien Scout 24 for any. There's almost a 24 for any. Like everything in Germany has a 24. Like Auto Scout 24, whatever 24. That's how there's maybe eBay Kleinanzeigen is not. A lot of things have a Scout 24, and this is one of them. And this I think the most popular one. But basically, you choose if you want to rent, buy, or build. Usually rent. You tell them, like, let's say I want to go to Berlin. Then you have to click here because this website is built by very smart people. And then you can rent a house or apartment. You can go with roommates, like Mietwohnen, and so on. Also offices and yeah, bunch of other things. You can tell them, like, I want to pay up to 600. Yeah, that's not realistic. Let's say 1200. And you want an apartment that's at least 1.5, 2, and so on rooms big. And then you want an apartment that's at least X square meters. Let's say 40. That's okay. Then you go and you click, and then it gives you a bunch of stuff. I sort with the cheapest at the top. And if you click here and go to Umkreis, you can change the radius, obviously. Very helpful. But in some places you will have a weird like cutting of the map. Let's say if you want to work in Berlin, but let's say for example, like randomly, I don't really know. This area, let's say, is very expensive or very badly connected through a commute or something. Or, let's say Potsdam, I think, is super expensive. So you can take, okay, I want to live in Berlin and I want to take this out of where I want to live. And you can do this. No. You go here, then you go to list, and it will only give you results in the area you chose. Like you can go here and it will show you a bunch of dots. You can click this. Oh, look, 500. Oh, look, 3 things for 600, 790, 400, 400. So 900. But this is, yeah. Anyway, you can filter like this. And then if you go here, oh, look, 1,000. Oh, look, 450. What is this? Anmeldung unmöglich. So you can use this. I usually go to the list and then I choose whatever I want. Here they will have a name for whatever, very crazy, very amazing, ultra super Wohnung, whatever. Sometimes they have address, sometimes they just tell you like, oh, it's in Berlin Kreis. Kaltmiete, you have to add the Nebenkosten, like heating and electricity and stuff like that on top. It is not included. This is just the services. If you have a parking, it's probably included. Like the whole cleaning and trash and stuff like that. And then the area and how many rooms. Then if you go into this thing, there's more information. You should know about what the information is. Here they give you an estimate. This is usually an estimate. They do a calculation every year to see the exact numbers. For me personally, I always get like 100 euros back from their calculation. If you use more, you need to pay more, and so on. They will tell you a bunch of stuff about this. They have statistics for like, this is very expensive, this is not expensive, this is relatively a lot or a bit, and so on. And another thing that, where is it? Yeah, the consumption of energy is another thing they have for some of these things. I think it, yeah, Stromverbrauch. They tell you like, this is an estimate for how much energy you need for how many people. This also might change. All right, so that was Immobilien Scout. Now we look at Emote. This is exactly the same principle. Like you tell them, okay, I want to live in Hamburg. And I want to, say I want to rent. house. And I want to pay up to 5,000 euros and I want to live in at least 80 square meters. Let's see if there's any of that shit at all. Yeah, so you can see here, it finds you things, it tells you where it is. You can sort, very simple. I think most apartments, real estate items will be on all of these. So yeah, you can rent a house in Germany, you can rent an apartment, that's fine. Now, WG. WG is when you live with roommates. I don't know. I would say fight the system and don't go for where they tell you like no Anmeldung possible, because you need an Anmeldung. You need an address to be registered at, because you need to do other things through it. And also, if there's a WG like a Anmeldung nicht möglich, that means the landlord is not aware that you are living there, and that's problematic. Probably also for insurance reasons. So don't do it. It's not cool. If you have to, you have to, right? But let's look for apartments in WG in Frankfurt. Yeah, amazing. Amazing prices. One room. One fucking room. Are these like hotels? What is this? Yeah, this is a furnished apartment with one room, 640, 25 square meters. Frankfurt is absolutely bananas. 11 square meters, 300 euros. What the hell? With these, you have to be very careful to see what you get. There was the meme apartment that my sister-in-law showed me. It was in Berlin. They wanted 400 a month for a bathroom. Yes, they want you to live in a bathroom, and the whole post, it was a serious post. The whole post was like, yeah, we want to help people, so we let people live in the bathroom. And it was absolutely bananas. And this is similar. So yeah, you can. The WG is a good option. I wouldn't say no. You have to deal with people. You'll also have to probably deal with Germans, which sometimes is pleasant, sometimes is not. Yeah, good. You have been made aware. Now, this website, Kaleido, you can have secondhand stuff, cars, jobs, and apartments. So we're talking about apartments. You can come here and say, I want to live in Munich. And like, 15 kilometers away. Also expensive as fuck. But yeah, you get the idea. And there's one thing I didn't say. In Immobilien Scout, I don't know what the deal with this is. But let's say, you see what I did? You see what I did? I didn't click the thing. Bensheim, I want to buy an up to 300 a house with an Umkreis of 20. And then sometimes you will have things like this. You see, there's one picture here, and this is like a muster. And I don't know what the deal with this is, but this is a dick move, because I want to see what the thing is like. Where is this apartment? That's not that bad. Near Mannheim. Anyway, yeah, tangent. We go on. So, another place. As I said, I never used any of these other than Immobilien Scout, but you might have apartments or houses that are in one of these and not in the other. So, might as well look everywhere. And let's close all of these. Now, the next one is this place. I have never heard of it, but it looks international. Let's say I want to go to Texas, 13 November until February. This looks like Sublet. Amsterdam? In the Netherlands? Yeah, okay. So, in a pinch, you could use it. I don't know what, let's see this thing. Entire apartment, 63 square meters, furnished, 2 bedrooms, 2 people. Registration possible, so that's cool. There's security deposit, ages, they tell you a bunch of stuff, and this lady will talk to you. Maybe. She speaks Dutch, English, and Russian. Cool. I don't know how good this place is, but I saw it getting recommended, so I'm bringing it here. So the next one is Wohnungsbörse. Börse. You know how this works. This also has a WG. You can buy houses, buy apartments, or rent them. Yeah, you search for... God damn it. You search for places. Let's go to Stuttgart. Yeah, whatever. Stuttgart. Let's rent an apartment in Stuttgart. Lowest price first. See, this looks like a big game. Yeah, you know, same thing. At the end of this video, I will talk about what you need to look out for and stuff like that. So another one, Imobilo. Let's say we want to live in Aachen. What the fuck? 3,500 euros, six room apartment, 200 square meters. Yeah, okay, that's big. Yeah. You go through, you sift through, you talk to them, and so on. And there's another website, and there's another website. They will all be in the description down below. I know this picture. Now, we are talking about things to look out for. There are certain things that people will try to do to take advantage. Some of them are like, I once applied for an apartment and the guy was like, oh yeah, I live in the Netherlands and I bought this apartment for my child and now she finished her studies, so the apartment is empty. And we can sign a contract and I will leave the key with someone at the kebab place. And I'm like, no, I want to see this place and I'm not signing anything and mailing it to someone else before meeting them. Like, absolute no-go for me. There are some apartments with things like you have to know that you have to look into the law about, for example, rooms where people sleep need to have smoke detectors. This is by law. It's not a choice. If the apartment is furnished, for example, the maximum notice you have to give is 2 weeks. Things like that. I talked about the Anmeldung already. You should have an Anmeldung. Anmeldung is important in Germany. I don't necessarily agree with the importance of it. Like, it shouldn't be this important, but it is. This is how it works. What else do we have? Like how the kitchen is. Germans, when they move apartments, they love taking everything. Like, we're talking sockets for light bulbs. We're talking, like, when I moved to this apartment, we had a floor and a bathroom. That's it. Kitchen, empty. Rooms, empty. You can't even put a light bulb. You have to buy the socket. Luckily, they left the toilet and the sink. You have to be aware of this. Like sometimes they will try to sell you their kitchen, or they will be like, because there's such an inflation in apartments, so they can say, I can let you rent this apartment, like to be a Nachmieter, but under the condition that you take my kitchen or my furniture or whatever. And then if you don't do it, someone else will. And to these people I say, well, fuck you in the face. I'm not gonna take your trash. However, I don't really understand what people do with their kitchens when they move out somewhere. Like, my kitchen here is for this room. I'm not gonna find a similar room anywhere. What am I supposed to do with it? So I would rather have people go like, you can buy this kitchen off of me, but it shouldn't be a must. It shouldn't be like, oh, you have to. Like, I don't have to shit. Fuck you, Mr. Person. You have to be aware of your rights and what you have to do. Like, there are things you are obliged to do. For example, you need to be registered. You need to do an Ummeldung. You need whatever the contract says that you have to do when you leave an apartment, for example, like paint and repair. And if not, they take it out of your caution. By the way, there's a caution, which is a deposit, which you give them money. It varies. You will leave some sort of amount of money that they should give you back under the condition that they don't need to take money out of it to make any repair. And what else is there? There's a bunch. But yeah, these are the basics. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope any of you learned something new that they didn't know. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and comment if you have something to say, and I will see you in some other video. Alright, cool. Bye.